There's often an unspoken tension you can't quite articulate. Though everything seems polite on the surface, something feels off. The person in front of you appears courteous, maybe even friendly, but their body language is rigid, their smile forced, and the interaction feels like a delicate dance. Others might not directly tell you they dislike you, but as Stoics, we understand the importance of observing subtle signs. Roman philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." While people may not openly share their feelings, their true emotions often seep through in ways we can detect if we pay attention. Today, guided by Stoic wisdom, we'll explore 11 subtle signs that someone doesn't like you but is trying to conceal it. By observing without judgment and responding without emotion, we can maintain our inner peace. Sign 1. Awkward body language. Awkward or irregular body language is one of the most telling indicators. While their words may suggest engagement, their body might tell a different story, leaning back slightly, crossing their arms, or turning their head away from you. As Epictetus noted, make the best use of what is in our power, and take the rest as it naturally happens. Their posture and discomfort are beyond your control, but you can observe them passively. Reacting isn't your responsibility. Their body language often reveals their true feelings before their words do. For instance, crossed arms create a physical barrier, signaling emotional distance. Similarly, turning a shoulder or foot outward subtly indicates disengagement. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own responses, and remain calm despite external cues. Use this awareness to guide your decisions moving forward, recognizing that their discomfort may stem from unrelated issues. Maintain your composure and inner peace. Sign 2. Forced smiles. A smile that doesn't reach the eyes is another subtle clue. You've likely noticed it. Their lips curve upward, but their eyes remain tense or distant. This forced smile masks their true emotions, serving as a social buffer. Seneca reminds us, "Why should we weep over parts of life when the whole requires tears?" People often hide their true feelings out of politeness, fear, or discomfort. Despite societal pressures to maintain harmony, the truth often emerges through subtle cues: a tight jaw, lack of warmth in the eyes, or a smile that vanishes when they think you're not looking. Stoicism encourages us to notice these nuances without taking offense. As Marcus Aurelius observed, the obstacle becomes the way. Use this insight to understand the situation more deeply rather than focusing on superficial civility. You don't need to confront the person or demand authenticity. They may simply be avoiding conflict. Remember, genuine Stoics maintain honesty with themselves and others, refraining from fake expressions. Focus on your own integrity while allowing others to reveal themselves at their own pace. Sign 3. Short responses. Have you ever tried initiating a conversation only to receive brief, unenthusiastic replies? It's like talking to a wall. They aren't outright rude, but their minimal effort suggests disinterest. Each question you pose is met with a one-word answer or an indifferent grunt. This behavior can feel frustrating, especially when you're trying to connect. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us to detach our tranquility from others' actions. Epictetus emphasized, "What happens to you is not what matters. What matters is how you react." While you can't control their weak responses, you can manage your reaction. Short replies may indicate discomfort, disinterest, or concealed emotions. Instead of feeling offended, note their lack of engagement and move on. Seneca highlighted the importance of resilience, stating, "A gem cannot be polished without friction." View this as an opportunity to practice patience and composure. Redirect the conversation or gently conclude it if their responses remain unengaging. Avoid over-investing in relationships that aren't mutually beneficial. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Protect your mental state by distancing yourself from those who drain your energy. Sign 4. Avoiding eye contact. Eye contact often conveys more than words, especially during personal or meaningful conversations. If someone consistently avoids looking you in the eye, it can signal discomfort, guilt, or concealed disdain. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." When someone avoids connecting through eye contact, it creates emotional and physical distance. Their eyes may dart around the room, fixate elsewhere, or quickly shift away when you look at them. This avoidance may reflect their internal turmoil rather than your worth. Stoicism urges us to stay calm and avoid taking it personally. Epictetus noted, "People are not disturbed by things but by the view they take of them." Preserve your tranquility by choosing not to react emotionally. Repeated avoidance may indicate deeper issues, but as a Stoic, focus on maintaining your composure and honesty. Seneca reminded us, "The man who craves more is poor, regardless of his wealth." Don't seek validation from someone unwilling to engage. Regularly avoiding eye contact reflects their internal struggles, not your value. Observe these signs without judgment, staying centered in your own integrity. Sign 5. Not engaging with your stories. When sharing a personal narrative, recent accomplishment, or challenge you've overcome, you expect some level of enthusiasm. Instead, the person responds with silence, a forced nod, or abruptly changes the subject. This dismissive reaction can make your experiences feel irrelevant. Their lack of interest often signals emotional detachment or apathy, which can sting more than outright criticism. Seneca observed, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Their disinterest isn't a reflection of your worth, but rather their own mindset. Stoicism teaches us to detach from external validation, focusing inward for self-worth. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Find your sense of value within." Acknowledge their lack of engagement without letting it diminish your excitement or confidence. Ask yourself, are you seeking approval or connection? Rethink your emotional investment if someone consistently withdraws during your stories. Adjust your expectations based on their actions. Remember, the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. Spend time with those who genuinely value your presence. Sign 6. Frequent interruptions. Frequent interruptions can feel dismissive, as if the other person is asserting dominance, disregarding your perspective, or signaling disinterest. These interruptions disrupt the flow of conversation, leaving you feeling unheard or undervalued. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "You have control over your mind, not external circumstances. While you can't control their interruptions, you can choose how to respond." Stoicism advocates for patience and meekness. Notice the pattern and decide how much energy to invest in the conversation rather than escalating tension or trying to regain control. Their interruptions may reflect their internal chaos, not your communication skills. Seneca advised, "No, wind is favorable to a sailor who doesn't know his port." Stay centered and preserve your peace regardless of how often they interrupt. Interruptions often mask discomfort or disinterest, but as a Stoic, resist mirroring their behavior. Respond calmly, finish your thought, and let their actions remain theirs. Address it diplomatically if necessary, or exit interactions where respect isn't reciprocated. Sign 7. Backhanded compliments. Backhanded compliments, like, "I didn't think you could pull it off, but you did," are subtle jabs disguised as praise. They aim to leave you confused and uneasy, cloaking criticism and flattery. Stoicism prepares us to withstand such opinions, especially when delivered covertly. Epictetus stated, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react." Recognize these comments for what they are, reflections of the speaker's insecurity or discomfort. A Stoic response involves remaining calm and detached. Don't let it disrupt your inner serenity. The Stoics emphasize controlling what we can. You can't change their words, but you can choose not to dwell on them. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it." Gracefully accept the comment or neutralize it with a simple "thank you," refusing to engage with the underlying insult. Use this as an opportunity to strengthen your resilience against judgments. Stay above petty insults, maintaining your peace of mind. Sign 8. Not making time for you. Consistently claiming to be too busy to spend time with you can be a subtle form of distancing. When plans are canceled last minute or excuses abound, it signals a lack of investment in the relationship. Seneca warned, "It's not that we have little time, but that we waste much of it." Choosing other commitments over spending time with you reveals their priorities. From a Stoic perspective, recognize your value and stop pursuing those unwilling to engage. If someone declines invitations regularly or avoids hanging out, step back and evaluate the situation. Focus on people who genuinely value your presence. Marcus Aurelius emphasized surrounding ourselves with uplifting individuals, stating, "The quality of your thoughts shapes your life." Don't waste mental energy trying to figure out why someone isn't making time for you. Invest in meaningful connections with those who actively reciprocate. Fewer authentic relationships are better than straining to maintain ones that lack reciprocity. Your time is precious. Spend it wisely. Sign 9. Insincere apologies. An insincere apology can feel worse than no apology at all. Phrases like, "I'm sorry you feel that way," gloss over the issue without addressing harm done. Such responses are aggravating, leaving you feeling invalidated. Marcus Aurelius advised focusing on your conduct and integrity rather than others' insincerity. When faced with a hollow apology, acknowledge it for what it is, an unwillingness to take responsibility, and remain unaffected. Genuine apologies require vulnerability, while insincere ones reveal avoidance of accountability. Stoicism encourages safeguarding your principles regardless of others' actions. Use this as an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to honesty. If fake apologies become a pattern, reassess the relationship. Healthy partnerships require genuine communication and mutual respect. Don't waste energy seeking sincerity from someone unwilling to admit mistakes. Prioritize your mental well-being by staying true to your values. Rise above negativity with integrity. Sign 10. Indirect criticism rather than offering direct feedback. Some people resort to subtle digs or passive-aggressive remarks. Examples include, "I wouldn't have done it that way, but good for you," or, "I guess that's one way to do it." These comments convey disapproval while maintaining a facade of support, leaving you questioning their intentions. Stoicism teaches detaching from others' opinions. Marcus Aurelius urged, "If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it." Recognize indirect criticism as a reflection of the critic's insecurities, not your shortcomings. Assess whether their remarks hold any truth or merely reflect their struggles. Respond with politeness, neutrality, or by ignoring them entirely. Surround yourself with constructive critics who uplift and encourage you. Let their criticisms roll off your back, remembering your worth isn't defined by veiled disapproval. Stay true to your principles and focus on personal growth. Sign 11. Sudden mood shifts. A sudden change in mood when interacting with you is a clear sign something is amiss. Someone warm and engaged with others but cold or aloof around you may be concealing discomfort or disapproval. Epictetus taught accepting what we cannot change. If they experience mood shifts in your presence, remember it reflects their issues, not your value. Stoicism advises detaching from others' emotional turmoil. Their abrupt coldness isn't about you. Focus on preserving your emotional stability. While you can't control their feelings, you can manage your reactions. Center yourself and remind yourself their behavior isn't your responsibility. Use this as an opportunity for self-awareness. If mood swings persist, address the issue calmly, asking if everything is okay. Demonstrate openness to dialogue while protecting your emotional space. Stay resilient, adhering to your principles regardless of others' expressions. By now, you understand the 11 subtle signs that someone dislikes you but hides it. Our Stoic training teaches us to observe these behaviors without letting them disturb our inner serenity. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, love only what happens what was destined for perfect harmony. We can't control how others feel about us, but we can control our responses. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom and insights into human behavior. Stay strong, mindful, and true to your Stoic path.